administration and as well as storage, also a storage solution. So the compulsory should carefully listen. Okay, the topic is again LVM. Okay, I will try to tell at least two, three times. So remember the terminologies, and it is very easy topic. Okay, I'm pushing very hard, but it is very easy topic. Okay, logical, logical volume manager, logical volume manager. Here it is. Three names are there. One is physical volume. What name is PV? Physical volume. Volume group. VG. Volume group. VG. Logical volume. LV. Okay. Logical volume. LV. Okay. Physical volume. Volume group. Logical volume. These three are very important names, and short names are PV, VG, LV. These three things are very important. So how it is very important, how to what it is a user for a command and all, I will explain. Physical volume means it's a disk volume only. It's a physical hard disk. You can say physical hard disk. Physical volume PV is nothing but your physical hard disk or a disk partition. You can take a disk partition also here. You can take a disk partition with for only big disk partition with a LVM, like a Linux LVM. Okay, with the type partition type is Linux LVM. Okay, so Linux LVM. So what is the physical volume? It is nothing but a physical hard disk. Next, volume group. Volume group VG. What is volume group? VG. What is VG? Volume group. So combination of physical volumes. Combination of two or more physical volumes. Combination of physical volumes, two or more or single or whatever it is. So combination of physical volumes become single large volume. Become a single large volume. Okay, single large volume. So individual physical hard disk we combine together and make it as a single volume, single large volume group. Single large volume group, because it's not only single volume, it is a single volume group. So it like become a big size. For example, I have a physical volume are there. For example, this is a physical volume 100 GB. This is a physical volume maybe 100 GB. This is physical volume maybe 200 GB. So whatever it is, you can take it regular size and irregular sizes, take it. Now the volume group the volume group, okay, volume group is combination of PV1, for example, PV1, PV2, PV3. So meaning is it is around 400 GB size. So it's a combination of physical volumes and become single volume group. Single volume group. So total size of the volume group is total size of physical volumes. Okay, so you can put it like that. Total size of volume group is total size of physical volumes. Total size of volume group is total size of volume group is total size of physical volumes in that volume group. Not like you have I have a 10 volume groups are there. Sorry, 10 physical volumes are there. So my volume group is 10. It's not like that. So in that particular volume group, how many physical volumes you put it? So that is it. For example, you put only 2. Then it is only the two physical volumes size only. Next one is volume group. Okay, volume group is completed. So we have to go to logical volume, LV, logical volume. Okay, it is like a virtual hard disk. It is like a virtual hard disk. It is like a virtual hard disk or a disk space, or you can say a small disk space. A disk space in volume group. In volume group. Okay, so for example, my VG size is 400 GB, right? So I will create a LV. I will create a LV in the. I will create a multiple volume groups or logical volumes in the volume group. Okay. So for example, I created something around a 20 GB volume group I created. For example, you can see, look at here. We can create multiple logical volumes in volume group. Don't forget VG, LV kind of stuff. So like this, you can create a example here. I want to create 40 GB, or directly you can create a 400 also. Okay, so you can create within this 400 GB. You can create it. There's a few more points are there. I am going to add up. We can extend volume group size also by adding additional physical volumes. You can extend your volume group size by extending physical volumes. That is, keep it in mind, guys. So this is, I will put it in here. For example, I add one more physical volume to my volume group. So my volume group size is increases. Okay, so in a logical volume also, for example, I have taken a 20 GB LV1. Now I realize I want more. I want a 30 GB. 20 GB is not enough. I want 30 GB or I want 40 GB. I want 50 GB. I can extend the volume size also. Okay, I can extend or resize, means you can able to reduce the size also. You can increase or decrease the size. Resize means increase or decrease, right? So extend or resize the volume. Which volume it is? Logical volume. You can resize the logical volume. So this is the total about your LVM. What is LVM? Logical volume manager. So three things: physical volume, volume group, logical volumes. Okay. So guys, understand little bit terminologies. Hello, guys, understand
Yes.
the little terminology kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I will try to show you here. Okay. So this individual one is a physical volumes. Okay. So if you want, I will write in a full letters like a physical volume. This become very big one. So I will go to 20. Nothing effective. This is better. Physical volume. Before going to that one, so I am trying to put a something like this. So each disk has a certain name. Slash dev SDB. I will put as SDB because I have already SDA is there. So think like a second one, third one, fourth one, or SDA. You can start with SDA also. So no problem. But I will go with the SDB. Okay. So first physical volume. Next SDC. Second hard disk. Another hard disk. SDC. Another hard disk. SDD. Okay. So this is SDB, SDC, SDD. Now I will combine all these things together. So each individual one is physical volume. Okay, each one is like a 100 GB. Black one. Okay, this is also 100 GB. Okay, you can take unequal. So to prove that one, so I put a 200 GB here. You can take 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 3 terabyte also. We can do it. When I combine all these physical volumes together, okay, combine all the volumes together, so it is become, sorry, I'll combine up to here only first two physical volumes only I will combine, later I will combine remaining. Okay, so I combine these two physical volumes together and become a one single volume group. So look at it. So this is my volume group. It is VG. So you have to put a certain name for the VG. Okay. So for example, I put a name is VG1. Any name you can put it, but you should understand what it is. Now volume group size is 200 GB because of only added two things only. Okay. Just why I put in a color, so for easy to understand where what I have created a border kind of stuff. Okay. So this is a volume group. So physical volume group. So combination of physical volume become volume group. So next one is logical volume. Logical volume is nothing but a partition or a small disk space. Either you can take up to 200 GB. You can take up to 200 GB volume, single volume. You can able to create it, logical volume. You can create it, or lesser. For example, I want to create 150 GB. I can create it. 150 GB. I can create it. Okay. Or I want to create 120 GB. Like this is 100 GB and 20 GB from second one. I can create a 40 GB also. Like that, I will create it. So this is the logical volume. Is LV. Okay. So you can create any size, either 200 GB or 150 GB, like that. It depends upon your volume group. So I created a logical volume just for sample. Okay. So for example, 20 GB volume I created. Okay. You can create more also. You can create more logical volumes also. You can able to create it like this 40 GB, 50 GB, like this. You can able to create it. So logical volume is inside your volume group. So Pragati is not attending. She's not feeling well. Okay. Okay. So this is your physical volume, volume group, logical volume. Logical volume, we can create multiple logical volumes or a single logical volume with a complete VG. Next point I added, so that is we can extend volume group size by adding more physical volume. So I have some physical volume is there. For example, I'm extending this physical volume. So again, I'm combining this volume group now. Okay, so new one is added. This is 200 GB. So what will happen for my volume group? So it is going to be added like plus 200 GB. Now my volume group name size is become 400 GB. Understand? So how to extend? Just add a physical volume to volume group, then your size will be increases. Of course, you can increase the size of volume group, that is different part. Okay, so we'll see the comments, guys. So when you are creating physical volumes, you have to tell like this. PV create your disk names. Make sure that you must know the disk name. Okay, PV create. PV create. You have to check before you do this one, which is your original hard disk name, means your operating system content, and other disk. Okay, once you are done, preview create is done, then go to two commands. One is pv display, another one is pvs. Pv display, another one is pvs, to see what are the physical volumes, their sizes, their already usage kind of stuff. You can able to see PV display and PVS. Next, to create a volume groups, I want to create a volume group. So VG create. Okay, VG create. To create a volume group, VG create. If it is a bold letter, so it will visibility is increases. Okay, I think nothing sharp is there. No, nothing. okay, no problem. Anyway, I will type in the notepad again. Okay, so VG create. So why am backing? Volume group name and which hard disk you want to add it. SDB, for example. The volume group name first one is SDB. So once you are done, volume group will be created. Volume group will be created, but with only one physical volume. With only one physical volume. Okay. So what to do? VG extend to add another volumes to your volume group. SDC. Okay. SDC. So now this we have to go to VG display, VGS to see the what are the what are the physical volumes in your volume group, how much physical volumes, total size, utilized, used space in it, free space available. We can get it from VG display and VGS. Next one, if you want to add extra, like in future, like maybe again you want to extend, same thing only, VG extend VG1 / dev / SDD. Okay, so like this 200 GB you want to add it again, so that like this you can able to do it again. VGS, VG display, this is continuous. Okay, so when you are doing practically, again you are confused with any things, and maybe in future, maybe after 1 month or 2 months you forget the where is notes and where is video. Okay, so I'm trying to show you that how to do this kind of stuff. Okay, and how to search in Google, which is trusted websites. Okay. LVM. LVM Linux, LVM commands, how to create a LVM in a things. Okay, so this is accessredhat.com. This is one thing you can able to trust it. Okay, second one is like this, TechMint. Not there is no H. TechMint, Unixman, Digital version. These are very useful. Okay, so mostly I prefer TechMint. So because of the TechMint will give you a lot of notes are there, practicals are there, other lot of guidelines, questions, commands. Okay, other things also there. Okay, so here it is, very simple way, that to differentiate way, because of we are using a CentOS Red Hat, same commands, CentOS Red Hat, same commands, 7, 6, little different. Okay, if you are using Debian, if you are using Ubuntu, so commands are little different. So then definitely you have to follow based on that, so that every topic in a this TechMint will give you in a that mode only, and explanation is also there if you want to go to explanation. So PV create, PV display, VG create. So you can create volume group at a time with your physical volumes. Okay, or you can able to extend. Okay, LV create. So how to create a LV create? Okay, how to create a VG create? How to create a LV create? So there is 100% free or some specifications. Okay, so the naming conversions. Okay, remaining steps. This is resizing logical volumes. This is VG extending command. Okay, so remaining things we know all things, but and also next references also you can able to get sometimes, like this user management, Linux management. Okay, permissions. So that is what I'm trying to say. My point is So is it your group? Yes. Why I'm trying this one in future? In future, you one day you feel, sir, I want to do this practically. I forget how to do it. So what to do? So better to follow the commands. Okay. Yeah, we can create at a time, but I created a separate way. So we can see anything. Yeah. Physical volume done. Okay. This is physical volume. This is volume group. Next one is logical volume. Guys understand, right? So how to search, which site should be, can use it. Always I will get, why I told that one, because of always I will get a doubt in a LV creates. Okay. LV create -n LV1 size is 20 GB in a VG1. So look at this. Logical volume create LV create -n means like it's a number is there, not 20 GB, it will understand 20 GB. LV1. Okay, LV1, sorry, here it is, I think -L is there. Okay, I said no, I will always, small doubts are there. LV create -capital L before the size, remember. Okay, -n or -v, that is there, they use V. Logical volume name, and it is -L and the size of the volume. Set a size, file size. Okay, and volume group name. My volume group name is VG1. I want to create logical volume is 20 GB and logical volume name is LV1. So this is how to create it. Next, to see it, LV display, LVS, both are there. Okay, so LVS. The resizing and all I'm not going, like a LV extend, LV resize, LV reduce kind of stuff is there. So that is we will see later. But once you create a volume, 20 GB volume is created. Guys, I'm asking a question, that is, last time we explained this one. When you create a volume, listen very carefully, because last time I explained this one, you created a partition. So forget about LVM and all kind of stuff. You created a disk partition. Just you created a disk partition, F disk, and then go to P, V, N, new volume is created, 20 GB volume is created. Okay. Now you have to, what you have to do it in that one. So, okay. So when you are created a partition, what to do? You want to utilize it, right? So you have to put a data inside. Before you put a data inside, you have to mount it. Before you mount it, what to do? You create a partition. What you have to define? Created a partition. Then what is the next step? Anyone? You created a partition. This is today's, this is yesterday. You created a partition, right? So this is where it is. Yeah, here it is. First you check, right? We created a partition. So I created a 2 GB partition, and finally W. Once partition is created, you have to use part8 to update in the kernel. After this one, what to do? After this one, what I have done? What is this? What is this? Hello? I think everyone left.
No, sir.
Hmm.
Hello.
Okay. Then tell something. What is this? I showed direct step only. You don't need imagination also. No need of imagination. Direct it is. What is it is? What is the use of mkfs command? What I have done here?
Make
Make file.
Make file system. So we define file system. In Windows, we have a fat and ntfs. Directly next, it will is creating. But in Linux, it's not like that, no? You have to tell format with the file system. Okay, we are doing format mkfs. You create a fresh partition. It does not contain any file system. Meaning is you have to define file system. Okay, then we create a directory and we mounted it. Then we, after mounting, we checked it. Of course, blk id and all these are all other steps are there. Even we done 2 times. Okay, that's why practice. You can able to remember longer time. SAP is okay. That is okay. So first of all, we created a up to volume group. The next step is I'm trying to say is, so create a, yeah, like this. See, same step only is followed. Create a file system. But this is different names are there. So you have to find a names from here. From LV display, you will get a name. From LV display, you will get a name. So mkfs make file system. Which file system? Usually Linux latest version is ext4. In that our Linux 7. Okay, Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7. This is okay. And volume name is there. Usually it is /dev/vg1/lv1. Mostly it is like this. Okay. So this is the make file system. Next, we have to create a make directory mkdir/ldata1. Just for fun, for my understanding, I put a ldata1. Mount /dev/vg1/lv1 to /ldata1. Okay, mount it. Okay, so finally, if you want, you can go to blk id /dev/vg1 lv1. Next, add to /etc fs tab, that is completely permanent mounting. Can able to do it. Okay, guys, this is entire practical in a single picture. Okay. Okay. So we will implement by doing it. After implementation, I will give you commands in the notepad. To implement, I need a 3 disk minimum. Okay, I'm going to add the 3 disk. I turn off my Linux machine because of my virtual machine. I want to add a disk. It is better in the off condition. It is better in the off condition. So edit virtual machine settings. Okay, edit virtual machine settings. Add hard disk. Next, select scsi. Recommended is there, no, scsi, scsi. Select scsi. new disk, single file. This is 20, remove. I'm taking 100 GB. You can take anything, guys. 120, 150, 200, 400. You can take it, no problem. And don't select this option. Don't select yellow all disk space now. Don't do blindly. So look at here. I put 100 and I selected this one. So look at this. Do not select any other things. You can choose any disk size, but choose single file. That's it. So do not choose multiple files. Don't select yellow all disk now. So keep it like that only. Okay. I added a 100 GB disk. The original disk is 120 GB. The main is 120 I given. So second one is 100. Again, I'm putting 300. Sorry, another 100. Same thing. Remove this. Put 100. So I'm trying to implement as per my diagram. Okay. So 100, 100, 200. Point is you can take unequal sizes also. Actually, very big things are there. So this is, it become 200. So I want should be in a down. It is not in down. No problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll see the sizes and implement. Okay. So we'll see based on that. Maybe while do practical, it will be changes, guys. Remember, the disk names are logical names. Means depends upon the time and other kind of stuff. The names will be interchanged. Okay. See it is. So when I start, SDA become 100, SDB become 200, SDC become 120. We don't know. So when we start, then we'll have to see properly. Then we can do it. Okay. So whatsoever it is, or on the virtual machine. So I added a 3 hard disk. Now 3 hard disks are added. Now I power on my virtual machine. So actually my IP address, my VMnet 0 connected value means NS33 IP address will be changes, but ENS36 or 37 second one is not changes. That is statically defined VMnet 1. 3 hard disks. So this is the another advantage of using VMware workstation. What is the advantage is you can extend your infrastructure as per your requirement, like a multiple NICs we can add it, multiple hard disk we can able to add it, right? In a physical machine, you have to buy physical hard disk to add for a practical purpose, right? So you have to buy a physical hard disk, 3 more physical hard disks you have to purchase. But I didn't done. Very simply, I have taken 100 GB, 100 GB, 100 GB. Let it boot. It is won't take much time, but it's taking time. We'll see. I send a link to your WhatsApp group. So the link represents only for like if you have any doubts or questions or a Linux related, you want to become Linux administration. Guys, Linux admin is beautiful thing. Like it is a kind of standard job. You can understand more thing about a servers. Windows server, what we learn, plus Linux administration. That is, a stable job. Always required. Okay, so how to check IP address? Command for IP address checking.
If config.
If config.
Very good. If config. Okay. So this is a static IP address for ENS37 for my system. So static, and it is linked to VMnet 1. So local only. And this is IP address got changed. If you remember, last time my IP address is 192.168.
0.240.
Yeah, 2 dot something is there, right? 2.246.
Yes, sir.
And 2 days back, means yesterday, day before yesterday. So last Monday, Tuesday, it's become 2.2. 2.2 something. 1.2, sorry. 192.168.1.2 something is there. Now it is 29.23. So when you change your network, automatically you will get a different IP address from your network DHCP server through the local DHCP server. Either it is a router or maybe a separate DHCP server. You will get an IP address. You must get a different IP address when you are in an automatic mode. Static, see it's a static IP address and fixed IP address. I get always same IP. This IP address I given on a last Friday, where I was in Pune, that network. Monday, Tuesday, I'm in Hyderabad, same IP address. I'm now in Visakhapatnam, same IP address. So whenever I change my place with the different networks, this is constant. So static is always constant. Dynamic is always change with the network. So it's the best example for your batch with a single machine, 3 IP addresses. Okay, so finally 3 hard disks are added. So I want to show you something from here, like applications, utilities, disk. Under utilities, find disk. See, there is a 3 hard disk are there. So first one is 129, means 120 GB. Numbers are little different here. SDA only. So this volume name is SDA only, so no problem. 100 SDB, another 100 SDC, 200 SDD. So as we think sequence, same thing only. Unknown means it's not yet created anything, nothing is there. Okay, so we'll see this one later, but we have to open with the putty. $172 only I'm connecting for this practical also. Appearance, now only I will change appearance for 20 or 22. 22 is big good. Login as a root because it's an admin based practical. Little smaller, yeah, now it is green. Guys, are you able to see the screen now? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. ls /dev/ sd question mark. Why question mark? I want to see SDA, SDB, SDC is there, just like that. See it is SDA, SDB, SDC, SDD. I want to put a double question mark. Means SDA1, SDA2, SDB1, SDB2 is there. Only SDA1, SDA2, SDA3, 4, 5, 6 is there. SDB kind of stuff is not created. Next one, fdisk -L. fdisk -L. What it is showing? fdisk -L. SDA 120 GB, GPT type of partition, and there is a partition. So this is our main hard disk. We don't touch it here. SDB our 100 GB, SDD 100, SDC 100 GB, SDD 200 GB. No partitions are created. Nothing is initialized. MBR or a GPT type also not initialized disk. Okay, so these are the fresh hard disks are there. Guys, understand which disk is names and their sizes. Names and their sizes. So what I have done, I add 3 scsi hard disks. Okay, one is 100 GB, another one is 100 GB, second one is 200 GB hard disk. Okay, to VM, next VM. Okay, these are the hard disk I added. So that is so. Now after that one, just when we have to power off your Linux virtual machine, then add 3 hard disks. So type is scsi recommended to. So 3 hard disks are added. Next, power on. I connect with the putty or not, so login with root. That is first important is whether putty, no problem, but important is login with root. Next step is power on, login with root. ls space /dev sd question mark. Next, ls space /dev sd double question mark means where the partition. So this is just for understanding. The original is fdisk space -l will display which disk is like that. Okay, already have a disk, so that is the result also I'm writing here. Okay, /dev /sda, so 120 GB, it's showing 128 GB, no problem, and there is a partition table also it is showing. Partition table means it is already fixed disk, don't touch it. sdb /sdc sd D. First prepare the lab means remaining is just basic commands only and nothing is showing here, so no problem. Now we'll start the practical from here. Guys, understand how to check the disk, which disk, what is their sizes, fdisk command. Guys, please respond or be active if you understand, not understand. Otherwise, I will type it. So for me, implementation is 5 minutes. So entire practical, I can do all administration within a 1 day. Okay. I can complete entire your syllabus, maximum 1 or 2 weeks. Okay. All the practicals, so like means only practical oriented, I will be there almost like 1 week. I will complete theory session 1 week. That is enough. Yeah. Otherwise, it is become not means like why I choose to speak like this, because I have attended a lot of classes also. When I hear the class, I feel I understand. Once class completed, when I touch book or I touch to do some practical, enter gone. Again, I have to go through that notebook. Again, it's a 5 minutes practical. For recollection, I take one day, and next day also I don't remember. Okay, so If you are interactive, so then it is more easily we can able to understand. That's my point. Okay. It is very easy. Okay. So 3 hard disk we are added 100 GB, 100 GB, 200 GB, SDB, SDC, SDD we are going to implement. First command, the picture. What I'm trying to do is I will send this picture to your WhatsApp. Okay. What is the first one? You have to make it. It has a volume group. First two only I'm taking. So PV. Great. First you have to tell it is a physical volume. SDB. First one is SDB. Very good. Successfully created. So two things will be confirmed by this one. One is your PV create is successful. No problem in a command. Third one, second one is LVM is installed. LVM is another application. LVM internally LVM2 we are using, not LVM1. We are using LVM2 from the 7 onwards. So Red Hat 7 onwards, we are using LVM2 version. Well, LVM version 2. It is installed in this PC. If it is not installed, it will throw an error. Okay, so be careful in that one. PV create. PVS. See, LVM2 100 GB. PV name is /dev/SDB. PV create. SD. Again, PVS. SDB, SDC. Two physical volumes. Each one is 100 GB, 100 GB free. Display. Pi plus because it will show very big output. Okay, big output. So I use pi plus. Pi plus means page by page, up and down. That also will get it. So pipe is very useful. So this is see physical volume 100 GB. Name is SDB 100 GB. SDC also. Okay, see that's the advantage of pi plus. Okay. Physical volumes I have taken to. The third one I will create later. So volume group we are going to create. What is the volume group command? VG. Okay. Volume group name. Volume group name. Which one you want to add it?
SDB.
SDB. You want to add both? You can add both also. This time only. We'll try. Yeah, VG is successfully created. Now, if you remove, see, VG name is empty. PVS. Now both are in a same volume group. Both are in a same volume. VG1, VG1. Here it is not added that time. Now it is added. The symbol is changed. VGS. Volume group name is VG1. Number of physical volumes are 2. LVs are not yet created. So something attributes. Total size is 200. So each one is 100. Total size is 200. Again, VG display. VG display spelling wrong. Pi plus is better option because very big lengthy output like this. So VG1 format is LVM2 and VG size is 200. You can see VG size is 200 and allocated nothing, not yet allocated. It's a free volume is 200. Okay. So these are the your VG name. Wait. So this is volume group is created. So what is the next step? logical
local
volume.
volume.
LV create hyphen N
Hyphen
means name of the logical volume. LV1
LV1.
hyphen capital L hyphen capital L. I want to create 20 GB. Some people put a plus 20 or 20 GB is also okay. We can understand 20 GB. From which volume group? VG1. From VG1. Okay, so VG1 volume group name. Created successful. You know, for every time I will get a error here. Again, I have to check it. But already I checked it. So now it is working good. LV is created. So again, we have to do it. PVS, physical volume. Why it is showing 80 GB free in this physical volume? Because this 20 GB created under this one only. Okay. PGS. So two physical volumes, one logical volume is created. So total is 200, available is 180. 20 GB LV is created. LVS. LV1 is created in VG1. So size is 20 GB. One more is there. LV display 5 less. So this is a LV path. Remember, or a copy into separate notepad. Okay. So LV path slash dev slash VG1 slash LV1. There's a two paths are there, guys. Two paths are there. This is one path. It's a direct path, understanding path. Another is mapper is there. Mapper is there. So that is different path. You will get it. So slash dev slash VG1 slash LV1 is a path. So physical volume done, VG done, LV done. So what are the remaining steps? Make it file system. First we have to create mkfs, create a directory, mount. So mkfs ext4 slash dev slash first is volume group name LV1. Okay. Yeah, it is created. Create a directory. I am creating my directory under root only, not on my current. Because in a root, anybody can able to access or not access. That is different point. But if it is in your home directory, that is a problem. So there. So I put a mkdir slash el data1. Next mount slash dev slash vg1 slash lv1. Okay. El data1. Guys, sometimes you know the volume location like a mapper is there, like a slash dev slash mapper slash vg hyphen lv1. So it is like a mapper is there, logical volume mapper is there. So it will show that one. Okay, but it is mounted successfully. Whether it is mounted or not, df space hyphen h mount information will be like this. So this is your L data 1 20 GB size. This is slash dev slash mapper slash pg1 hyphen lv1. So if you want, you can put some data here. Touch dash L data 1 LF 1.5. Okay, so that is files are created in L data 1. These files are created. And of course, we know mounted, unmounted kind of stuff. Like how to add a BLK ID kind of stuff also we can try it. Either you can use this name or you can use BLK ID also. You mount slash data1. So again, check it. Data is gone. Data stores in volume group. Data stores in your volume. Okay. So in the volume, its data is stored. If you mount it, you can able to access. If you don't mount it, means you are unmounted. You can't able to access. Okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm just copying from starting. Yeah, I think from here it is enough. Okay. Because yeah, this is first one is tell me
PV create day plus
create and check it again. PV create, check it.
PVS.
Starting only morning, very big lengthy class and lengthy video it is. But if you understand, you can easily do it. Certain things like IP addresses, subnetting, compared to so many other, I'm a better. Okay, including results also I'm putting. I use less. Why? Because of to reduce the length of output on the screen. Otherwise, we can't copy everything. This is I'm removing this because of this very lengthy, and we don't read it right anyway. Finally, mounted, verify, mounted or not. Only thing is just only one output I want to put it on the things. So this is up to now. Very good. Where is it is? Yeah. BLK ID. Either you use this mapper like this, or you can use. So otherwise, I use this one also, no problem. So you can find UUID. Okay, you can find this UUID kind of stuff. Okay, you can find this UUID. So I will take it and I will add it to vi space slash etc slash fs tab. You can add this name also, but already I told it is may changes depends upon your system. Okay, so I went to last, then where is it? Copy this, and remove these quotes as L data1 file system defaults 0 0. Okay, 0 0. So this is, we are done. Now mount slash L data 1. Very simple. Wrong FS type, bad option, bad super block on A1. So missing code mapper helper. Something I have done mistake here. Correct only, right? L data 1. Insert. Correct only. All or no, don't have any problem. False. Actually, we can put a mount space A. Also mount all. Wrong FS type. Wrong FS type. ext4. Correct only. ext4. ext4. Same only. Okay, I will try otherwise, like a blk id slash dev slash vg slash vg1, sorry, vg1 slash lv1. So we'll take this one. Same only. Nothing is different. Nothing is different. Both are same. First tab, go down, dd, then go down, small o, very good. ext4, remove this quotation, remove all, carefully, no quotations, slash L data 1, ext4, default 0, no errors, es space hyphen h. Okay. Is added. I don't know what is the mistake in that one, but it is added. Okay. So I've taken this. After this one, just be that. Okay. Here it is. I've taken only this part. What is mount hyphen A? Why I didn't tell what is the thing, either this name or this name, I didn't tell. I put a hyphen A. Hyphen A means as per the FS tab, what are the mount points are there? Okay, mount it as per that one. Mount it. Okay, see this? These are all mounted. Yesterday class, like a mounted automatically. So where to mount? So like this, space slash L data 1 I created. Next, file system. Next, defaults. Defaults 0 space 0. That's it. like this. Okay, FS type. Just only this part. Guys, understand what to do with this one? This is one way, but last point is there. Last point I will tell and will give you break. Okay. So what is the last point I told? Extending volume. Only this point I will tell. I'm not going to extend your logical volume size, but I'm extending volume group. So VGS. See, it is total size is 200. Okay. So PV create /dev/ SDD. So new volume group is created with VGS. Okay, so PVS. Can you see? These two are in a volume group. This is not in a volume group. This is a new physical volume. VG extend /dev/ SDD in VG1. In VG1. Now check it. VGS 3 physical volumes, 400 GB, and available is this one. So PVS also you can try PVS. It is also in the same volume group. Okay. This is VG extended. This is for volume group extending or size increasing. It what is your volume group now, and then take the other physical volumes, but create a first physical volume. Of course, same practical without adding hard disk. We can do it. So I don't want to confuse more with disk management. Just I want to do it practically directly. So direct practical I want to do it. So that's why I've done. But there is a lot of other things also there. This is VG extend. If you want LV extend, also I can tell LV extend or LV reduce, resize kind of stuff also. Okay. Or LV size. This is 20 GB. You can increase the LV size also. You can reduce the size also using LV extend and LV resize or reduce. But make sure that by the time you are extending, the time file should be it should not be mounted. It should not be mounted. You have to unmount and extend. That is better way. If it is already mounted, then you have to use another command. That's it. Okay, so that's it. At least understand up to here. Okay. I will show you that resize command also. Where is the resize? Where is this? Okay. We will try LV extend hyphen L 30 GB LV1. Yes, I don't know the command is correct or not. The hyphen capital L plus 10. I'm adding 10 GB. We'll try. So go to help, then only we'll get it. The name LV1, right? 10 GB added LV1 hyphen N help. Resize fs -r, resize fs extends numbers percentage, capital L means size. This is percentage, resize file system. So we'll use that one. Instead of n, I put a r. Why it is giving this much problem? Okay, volume path you have to specify. Remaining here everything is correct only, so I thought it is wrong. This path I have to tell. So /dev/ pg1 lv1 path I have to specify. And now it is changed. Okay, this is the correct command. Plus 10. So it is size of the logical volume from 20 GB to 30 GB increase. 20 GB to 30 GB. Okay, it is 20 GB to 30 GB extended. So you can see it is now df space -h. No. First one is df space -h. Now 20 GB become 30 GB. Next LVS. My logical volume size is increased. VGS. So it is earlier out of 400, so only 20 GB less. Okay, 380 is available now, 370 is available. PVS. So out of so earlier 80 GB free, now it is 70 GB free. So this is LV extend. You can increase the size. You can reduce LV reduce also there. Okay. So what is the last one? This is the last one, right? That's why whatever the error it is throwing on the screen, so you have to read it carefully and do it carefully. So you will understand it is. So no need to by hard always means. By hiding is of course by hiding now by hiding I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about you know something and you want to implement. So compulsory read it if you are forget or if you are do mistakes, if you are done some mistake. So obviously go help and understand, read the error, you can able to fix it properly. So this is the command, working command it is. This is 20 GB extend to 30 GB. This is. I keep this output for our understanding. Okay, so check it from here. Is it really extended or not? So because of that R, I didn't unmounted it. When it is in mount condition only, I done this one. Because of that, I use R, resize fs. So this is your totally LVM, guys. That's it. Understand or not understand, I don't know, but okay, forget about last part. I'm not saying that one. So you can try to understand last part also. Point is understand the concept of LVM. First one is concept of LVM, terminologies in the LVM, physical volume, volume group, logical volume. What is physical volume? What is volume group? What is logical volume? And very basic commands. What is PV create, VG create, VG extend, LV create. Okay, this is important. So concept of LVM, terminologies in LVM, commands, basic commands in LVM. Later you can change like how to add more VGs, how to resizes, reduce or increase of the size. Okay. LV reduce is also there. I created only one. Always remember multiple logical volumes we can create. I created only one, but you can create a multiple also. If you want to, I can create now also one more logical volume. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anyone want to create another logical volume 40 GB like that? 40 GB or 50 GB? Only logical volume, not from starting. LV create only. Logical volume 2. How to tell size? Capital L. 40 GB I want to create it in VG1. In VG1. Volume group 1. Okay. Created. MKFS. Sorry. Volume created. Next one is format. /dev/ VG1 / LV1. Sorry, LV2. Format is done. Format is done. mkdir L data to mount /dev/ VG1 / LV1. Sorry, LV2. L data to ds space -h. See, 40 GB is created. So of course we have to see LVS logical volume 2 in VG1 40 GB disk is created. Okay. Of course LV display kind of stuff we can able to see, that is PVS. So where it is creating in a SDB only VGS. So total is 400. Now it is 430. Okay. So this is, now what is my volume size is 40 GB. I want to reduce it. 5 GB I want to reduce it. LV reduce hyphen capital L minus 5 GB I want to reduce. Okay, 5 GB I want to reduce. Hyphen R /dev/ VG1 / LV1. Sorry, LV2. So it is for reducing. Do you want to unmount it or not, like that? Okay. So no, failed. So compulsory unmount is required. If you don't want to unmount, there is a resize to FS. So you have to use that command. Okay. So resize to FS. You have to use this one, dev VG1 / LV2. System is already in a block long and you don't need to do it kind of stuff. Yes, it is 40 GB. Now it become 35 GB. Yes, I want to reduce. Successful. What it is successful, then check it. Still showing a 40 GB. U mount as L data to and mount command amount. Saying mapper. Not happening. So that's why I don't commit to the last points. Again, so look at here. LVS. So it has become 35. Good. Resize to FS /w /BG1 LV2. E2. This is new one again. FSCK. File system checker. FSCK. File system check. File system corrupted. It's damaged, guys. So don't worry about it. So I'll stop here.